All right, y'all, let's get started. So first you're going to need a bag of braiding hair. I'm using this model that I already had in my little stash. And then for the curly pieces, you can use whatever kind of curly hair you have. I'm using this crochet hair because, again, it was already at my house in the stash. So we're going to use what we got. Also, you need some kind of shining gem. You can use edge control. You just need something that's going to give that firm hold and allow your hair to look nice and neat. So I'm using the yellow and the red shining gem, some clips, and some hair ties. So you want to part your hair from ear to ear. That way you can tie off the top from the bottom because we are going to part that back section first. So just put that in a ponytail. And now we're going to work on the back. And I normally like to just part it. I kind of do freehand and then I kind of check to see what it look like. Then I'll add my shining gem to the part and then just go back over it just to make sure that it's precise. And then as you can see, we are parting off the sections so we can get all. And then I'm going to just tie that section off together for this back part. And then what I normally do is just take all the upper parts and tie it up in a tie and then work that back. So we're just going to put that shining gem all over the perimeter of this little section. Get everything nice and neat and slick. And then we're going to part this row for three parts. So we're going to do 3 braids for this back row. And I'm just fixing the parts to make sure it looks like it's equal on each braid. And I'm just going to cut off this curly hair and just piece them. I do have one of those like weave holder. It's really like a spool holder for your needle and thread, but I use it as like to hold my hair. So I'm putting all that on that. So as you can see, I've done the back sections, and this is how I like to do my parting. So I'll part it and then I'll do up, down, up, down, up, down. And just to braid, what you're going to do is do your regular hair in a braid. You're going to do that 2 to 3 times. And then you're going to add a piece of braiding hair, braid, add a piece of braiding hair, braid. And then you want to grab your curly piece of hair. And you're going to hold one piece and then put the other piece off to the side. Like, well, you see I put it in my mouth, but you can clip it up. But then you just continue to braid down as if you are just braiding regular hair and take that all the way down. And we're going to just do that again. So you're going to braid your hair down 2 to 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Grab your braiding hair, braiding hair, braiding hair. I always do that about 2 to 3 times. Then you want to braid your hair down just a little bit more. And what I'm doing, y'all, because I see where some people put the curly hair right at the top. And for me, I like it to look flat to where if I lay it certain ways, that curly hair is not taken away from the style that I want, if that makes sense. So it's more so like box braiding at the top half of the hair and then adding the curls at the end. I really like how this turned out and how it looked as well. And you'll see what I mean as I get towards the top of the head. So now for the top, I'm doing exactly the same method as I did in the back. You see I have 6 rows that we're going to do. So this is the first row. And I'm just going to put 2 braids on this row. And same method, braid your hair a couple of times down, add your braiding piece, add your braiding hair, braid that in. And then as you go down a little bit further, like down to the chin, is when I start to like add the curly hair in. And I initially was putting the curly hair at my ends as well. But then I was like, that's doing too much because now I'm going to have to put the nail glue at the bottom and do all this and do all that. And y'all, I just was trying to have a really quick style that I could work out in without all this having to wake up and do hair and do all of this. Like, I just really needed something convenient. So I decided to take the curly ends out, and then I just braid it all the way down. And then I'm going to just roll the ends and make them curly. That way I can dip them, they can set, and I don't have to worry about it. Because when you put that loose hair in at the bottom, like, then I have to worry about making sure it's, you know, really sealed and ain't going to go nowhere. And my hair be falling out, like a little piece of curly hair be falling out in the bed or something. Like, I ain't got time for all that, y'all. So as you can see, I got most of the hair done. So now I'm working on this next side in the front. So there you can see where I'm adding that braiding hair. And I just put that right under my finger where I'm braiding. So as I'm braiding right there in that little pointer finger, I put that braiding hair right under that pointer finger and just continue to braid like it's regular, like my real hair. And I guess that's the easiest way I could break that down. And as you're braiding and mixing your hair in with the braiding hair, you do want to continue to put your product, whatever product you decided to use, just want to continue to use that so everything could be smooth and just look like this hair came out your scalp. It makes it look most natural. So you see how that was flat when I put that behind my ear? That's what I mean by doing like regular box braid to where it's flat and it's not a ton of curls like everywhere. Like sometimes that looks good on certain people, but for me, less is more, if that makes sense. If I'm doing it on my client, I'm going to do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But if I know you like to wear your hair in different styles, then I would recommend something like this, to where if you want to really have that sleek look without it looking like too much, to where you can wear it in different ways. You can pull it all to one side. You can do your ponytails or whatever you want to do without you worrying about that curly hair tangling up. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. It's just, I feel like it's more manageable. So we down to the last braid, y'all. So we just working this same method. And we're going to take this all the way down, smoothing everything out. And disclaimer, I know I'm putting these pieces in my mouth, but this is my hair. I would not do this to my clients. I would definitely be clipping their loose hair, but this is my hair, so I can do what I want. So now we're going to dip them in. So I'm just pulling out all the loose hair so that I could tie it up and get it out of the way so that I can roll the ends. And for the ends, I'm just using these flexi rods. I chose the red because I feel like it was kind of similar to the curl pattern, like the thickness of the curl pattern. I really wanted to use my pink ones, but I couldn't find enough of them, so I was like, forget it. The red ones is here. I'm just using them. And we're just going to roll those up. And I just make sure that they're all the same length and not any of them are higher or lower than the other. But here you see I tied it up, all the curly hair, tied it up, and now we're about to dip these ends. I just love how this turned out, y'all. All right, so we are going to unravel these rollers. And as you can see, it turned out perfect. And I'm gonna untie these other ones so we can really see how it looks. And it turned out so cute, you guys. Look at this. It's so good. Love it. All right, and that's the back view. I feel like it turned out super cute, you guys. And this is what I mean. So you see how I can just flip it over, pull it all over, put it behind my ear, and it just looks sleek. It looks neat. And that's what I mean. I love it with the curls up at the top too, but on myself, I just wanted it to be like this. So hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye.